Our next topic is substitution 2, as you can see written over here. And in this topic, what we are going to learn, our learning objectives for this topic is substituting into expressions and formulae with more than one variable. Number 2, calculating the value of formulae containing squares. And number 3, calculating the values of expressions with negative numbers. Click an expression to see how the values are substituted. So we have this expression and r is given 2 and t is given 5. And rt stands for r times t, so 2 times 5. 15 minus 2 times 5 is 15 minus 10, so the answer should be 5. 15 minus 10 is 5. So click an expression, so I will click here and then you will see 15 minus rt is 15 minus 2 times 5 is 15 minus 10 is equal to 5. I hope it was clear. You understood how we have to plug in the values and then finally come to the result. Let us take for example this one, AB over C. A is 3, B is 8 and C is 6. Calculate AB over C when A is 3, B is 8 and C is 6. AB over C equals A times B over C, which is A times A is 3 and B is 8 and C is 6. So 3 times 8, we are just plugging in different values which is given. So ultimately what we get? 8 3s are 24 divided by 6. 24 divided by 6 is 4. Let us take one more example. Let us say this example, the number where my cursor is moving. You can take this example or we can take this example. Let us take this example, 3 under bracket a plus b. Calculate 3a plus b when a is equal to 6 and b equals to 5. 3 under bracket a plus b. In algebra, when there is no sign in between this, it indicates multiplication. Just remember these things. So 3 times a plus b. And then a plus b, you plug in the values and you get 11 times 3, and 11 times 3 is 33. I hope these are clear to you. So here are a couple of questions, 5 questions, and you have to solve these based on what we did in the previous section. Whatever example I gave you, based on that you have to do. For example, 40 minus r times t. R times t is 7 times 5, 35. So 40 minus 35 is 5. I am doing just one question for you to show you how you have to do. So that is correct. Now, it is important to be careful when substituting into expressions involving squares. A square means a times a. I hope you already know this. So 3a square means 3 times a square, which is 3 times a times a. And this 3a square, here you can see there is a bracket or parentheses square. That means 3a times 3a. You try to understand the difference. When there is no bracket, then only a will be squared, a will be multiplied 2 times, but here it is inside the bracket, that means this both will be times 2 times. So 3a times 3a. So 3 times a, 3a is 3 times a, and 3a is 3 times a. And finally that would be what? Finally that would be 3 times 3, 9, and a times a square. So 9a square. Here your answer was 3a square, 3 times a times a, 3a square, but here in this case it will be 9a square. So based on what we learnt in the previous section, here we have some questions. So let us try this question, 100 minus a square. A square is simple, a square is a times a, so it will be 36, and here it is 100 minus a square, so a equal to 8, that is given. So let us click this and check. 100 minus a square is 100 minus a times a. 100 minus 8, a is equal to 8, so 100 minus 8 times 8. Similarly, 100 minus 64. 8 times 8 is 64, so 100 minus 64, which is equal to 36. Let us try and solve another question. This question a square, where a is negative 4. So how to solve this? A square is equal to a times a, but a is what? Negative 4. So negative 4 times negative 4. Remember, a negative number multiplied by a negative number makes a positive. So negative and negative, these two signs will give you positive, and 4 times 4 will give you 16. So this is positive 16. We usually don't write positive sign, so it is just written 16. I hope this is clear to you. In the similar way, you can solve the remaining questions to check whether you understood or not. Or let me solve one more question for you. Let us see a squared minus b squared. We are going to solve this question. So a is 5 and b is 3 as given in the question, and you have to find the value of a squared minus b squared. As we know, a square minus b square is a times a minus b times b. That is 5 times 5 minus 3 times 3, because a is 5 and b is 3. Which finally is 5 times 5, 25, and 3 times 3, 9. 25 minus 9 is 16. So a square minus b square is 16. Now the remaining questions that I haven't done, you can try them and understand it. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.